Drama and hope. No, sorry, I won't do it again. Right. X. Now get ready, because X 2022 is quite a saucy one. I'm going to try and not sort of whittle on about porn and things, but it's one of those. I might do, so you might get lucky. I haven't the past few years. That's why I've reverted to porn. But anyway, X is basically about a group of young adults who head into the wilderness to film a porno, basically, or several pornos. So, right, I'm going to bullet point this because I'm getting a bit weird. I'm getting a bit giggly. Just sexual intercourse. Right. Bullet points. Opening and closing titles. Very good. Very good. They're sort of the screen turns into a kind of panoramic view as these old-fashioned credits sort of pop up and emblazon on screen. You've got like the date stamp, and and it's kind of square shape. You've got the date stamp and the MCMMX kind of thing. They definitely pull it off. I mean, although the set itself is kind of is basic. It's like a shack in the middle of nowhere where they shag, surrounded by grass. So it could be any time period, but they really do. They pull it off nicely. Oh God. So they pull off the. Oh God, shit. No, sorry. Everything I'm going to say is going to. I'm going to be thinking of pulling. Oh, okay, right. They pull off the late 70s vibe very well. They've got decent outfits and props. It's very, it's very authentic. You would almost feel like you were there. And a grainy screen sort of lends to the production nicely. You feel as if you're actually watching a sort of amateur film from decades ago. My next point is the actual sex scenes. They're done quite cleverly, actually. So the characters sort of appear to be having actual sex, the actors in real life, but you can't actually see it as explicitly as actual porn, if you know what I mean. So even I was a bit, God, it's a bit perverted, but even I was sat in the cinema a bit like, you see any cock? Is there any fanny? No. So I just wanted a bit of flesh, basically, not for personal, just to add to the whole, just to add to the production, not my personal. This is going well. Right. So yeah, I'm not going to lie. X is pretty fucking pointless. Basically, it's not built on an overly engaging story. It's not gripping in any way. I mean, it's kind of, if you finish watching this film and you sit there and go, oh, I truly admired how the lead characters, sort of the lead characters' lives were intertwined, and there was a heartfelt message here that told me it doesn't matter how much sexual gratification you can claim from something like this, you'll never truly find the cover for the pain you fucking feel. If you watch this and you react like that, well, God help you, firstly. Secondly, it's just not true. It's not true at all. This film it's just, well, it's shit, basically. As intrigued as I was, is there any sort of flesh there? It's not great. I'm really trying to keep it clean here as well. But I mean, there's no intrigue, there's no symbolic gesture, there's no sort of nod to various things that have come before or might come again. There's no character development or relatable backstory, no provocative action or script, no holes barred. No holes barred, basically, literally. So there's nothing much I can elaborate on here other than a group of amateurs go and film a porno or a series of pornos in the woods. But then this brings me on to my next point, the old couple. So it's quite good, actually, in the sense that one of the actors actually plays one of the people having sex, filming the porn, and one of the old couple. So the female half of the couple who own the house that's part of the land they're filming on. So yeah, Mia Goth, basically, she's the young one, giving it large, and then she's the old, like, frail lady who hasn't had a large one in decades, basically. She's brilliant. I mean, she really is. And I think just like her surname, I don't know if she chose a surname purposely for this, but she's a slightly gothic actress. Anyway, she plays one half of the couple who own the land, and yeah, they're past their sexual peak. They're past their walking peak as well. They can barely, like, make it from one side of the house to the other. But one night there's a scene where one night, well, the old guy basically decides to whack one in her, and I honestly, I would have covered my eyes in the cinema if it wasn't so disgustingly intriguing. It was so grotesque. Plus, I wanted to see if he made it as well, and managed to finish. The sort of the moaning and struggling on the bed that happened. It was, I won't elaborate on this, but it was so intriguing, and extremely uncomfortable as well. So yeah, so I mean, as for just quickly going back, as for the production value and the authenticity of its time period, it's brilliant. It's you feel like you're right there. The set is a lot to be desired. I mean, it's extremely low budget, but then the other one was, I think, as well. Middle of nowhere, just a house, a shack, with grass in between. I mean, there's a few surprising moments, surprising kills, as they all get picked off one by one. But yeah, and the old couple having sex was incredibly different. Definitely not inspiring. So yeah, right, 7 minutes. I'm finishing here. I'll finish off here. X movie. If you're in any way at all sort of, if you feel uncomfortable by just by the whole porn thing, I'm certainly not. I've watched fucking bucket loads of various scenes. I'm not going to lie. The amount of, I'm surprised, I haven't actually paid for a regular subscription to Pornhub yet. And Samsung haven't shut down my smart TV. But yeah, like I say, I've watched shitloads of porn, so it didn't really affect me that much. But yeah, it was one of those. It's very quickly to sort of it's very quick to get to the end. There's not much sort of substance here. It's just a sort of, the old couple don't like the youngsters. They've got something against them because they're past it, that kind of thing, and they go for them, basically. So yeah, I wasn't really, I didn't really feel uncomfortable. I was having a good old look myself, see if I could see anything, but I couldn't. So yeah, you don't be misled by the title either. X-rated. I mean, there's sex going on, but it's, you can't see much. Right, I'm going to end here because I'm such a pervert. I'm just talking about the sex and stuff. Right, yeah, this one, again, certainly not an Oscar winner, but I mean, for a real ropey, kind of tacky horror, give it a go if you're bored and you like a bit of rumpy pumpy. That's it. Authentic, makes you feel like you're in the 70s. Certainly doesn't make you feel like you've come, basically. So yeah, not that I didn't go in wanting that. I will stress. Right, ending here. Thank you very much.